tonight we're going to do episode. Did anybody get that?
Yeah!
Whoever didn't, don't worry about it. Jeff still doesn't know what's going on. So here's episode 5 tonight, and this is the continuing story of In Search of Zelda. Go, boys. Inside her apartment, there's no sign of adults even ever having lived there. And that's kind of odd. But they go inside, and Lewis gives Dee Dee the wig, and she puts it on her doll, and she just starts playing with it, and she's the happiest little girl in the world. She just ignores Lewis, and she sits and she just plays every little fantasy every little girl's want to play. Lewis on the couch, his head is still full of the drugs that he drank in the tea, so his head's all full of cotton. And he eventually falls asleep, and as he's drifting away, he's dreaming about Hannah and her slim fingers. Wakes up, and it's complete and utter darkness. He gets the feeling that a bunch of time has passed by. You ever have that feeling when you wake up and you don't know what time it is, but you just know that it's much later. And he gets up and he notices that Dee Dee is asleep in a little ball on his lap. It's adorable. And so he's sitting there just holding the wonder of this little girl, and her doll is trailing off onto the floor, just holding on with its little beautiful hair. And then he hears a little clamor, a little knock at the window. It's Bob and Dan. And they're all fucking coked up and crazy. And they open up the window, they come in, and they're about to cause a ruckus. But Lewis motions for Dee Dee, and gives them this. And so they acquiesce, and they sit down, and they sit on the floor, and they're nice and quiet. So Lewis stands up, and he carries Dee Dee into an adjacent room, and in that room there's a brass daybed, and it's just beautiful in there. And he lays Dee Dee down, and he tucks her in, and he kisses her forehead, and he says this right in her ear. Dee Dee, so beautiful and so innocent, sitting in the bed, just laying there like a beautiful little angel sent down from heaven. Lewis starts thinking about his current situation, trying to make sense of it, and he, with his head all over the place, goes walking out of the room, and on his way out, his right foot steps on Dee Dee's porcelain doll's head, and it smashes into a million pieces. And maybe, just maybe, that's a metaphor for the whole thing. I don't know, because the story's not written yet. So he walks outside the room, and he gets out there. Bob and Dan are in the living room. see that in like 3 weeks. That'll be up there.
Yeah.
Next week you can see episode 4 that was taped live here at the Stonewall Inn. Thank you.
Not everybody wants.
Please don't rush the stage.
All right,